It's daytime.
Are you inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside. I want you to look down at your feet. Are you wearing shoes?
Yes.
Describe your shoes.
They're black.
They're black or
Black lace-ups.
black lace-ups? Very good. And look, as you look from your shoes, look up to your legs and to your torso and describe what you're wearing.
Like a maiden type dress.
What color is that dress?
It's kind of gray and it's got like a long white, it's long all the way to my ankles.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a white bib
Very good.
tied around the back of my waist.
Very good. And as you look up, look at your hands. Describe your hands.
They're not young, but they're not old.
Very good. Female?
Yes.
And how old are you here?
They're saying 55.
55 here. And as you look in the mirror, what color is your hair?
Gray.
Gray hair. Very good. Now, let's look around. Are you in the home where you live?
I think I live there, but I don't live in this room. This is the room with Tommy.
This is the room with Tommy.
He's in the bed.
Tommy's in the bed. Very good. So tell me, describe a little bit more your relationship with Tommy.
He's a young boy. Let's see. How old are you, Tommy? I think he's between, looks like he's between 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
He says he has a birthday soon.
Very good. So tell me more about this scene. What's going on?
He has on these striped pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
The bed is a pretty good sized bed, and it's the wood looks like cedar wood.
Mm-hmm.
The bedspread is white, like a white chenille.
Mm-hmm.
He's not under the covers, he's on top of the covers, and he's in a really good chipper mood.
Very good.
And he's talking to me about breaking him some more books. There's a couple of books on the bed. And behind the bed is a window. And then on either side of the bed is, I guess it's like a nightstand of some sort, but it's daylight and it's bright light.
Very good. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and let's move to the next scene in this lifetime. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Now tell me what's happening.
Well, Tommy looks like he's a little bit older now. And he's wearing glasses. I guess he's more like a teenager.
And what's Tommy's actual ailment? What is his illness that he has?
He doesn't seem to move his legs a whole lot.
Is it a muscular issue?
He just looks small for his age.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what's happening now.
Maybe something has stunted his growth. He keeps looking young.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten a little bit taller, but keep going back and forth between him being an 8-year-old and a teenager. He just keep going back and forth.
Mm-hmm. So now what are y'all doing in the room? What's happening in this scene?
Still in the bed. But there's curtains and the curtains are closed, but there's still light coming through the curtains. But a little bit older and there's no noise outside. There's more kids playing outside. He wants to get up and walk.
Is he able to do that? Do you help him?
Yeah, he gets up and he's on the side of the bed. He looks like he's fully dressed and he kind of swings his hips back and forth. He doesn't seem to be as injured. He's getting older. He has on like this suit. And he just doesn't look as sick as he was. Maybe he grew out of it. I heard asthma. That I think maybe he had asthma.
Is that why he couldn't go outside?
I think so. Because he seems fine, yeah.
Very good. I'll count from 3 to 1. Let's go to another important scene in this lifetime. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Now, what are you seeing?
I didn't really change scenes. He's But it's like he's gonna go somewhere, like he's not confined. He's not confined to that bed anymore, and I don't see me anymore. Like he's looking in my direction, but it's like I'm not there anymore. I feel like I don't know where I'm at. I'm just watching him. It's like I'm watching him, but I'm not there.
Okay, very good.
He's walking to the door. I'm watching him walk out the door.
Go with him and see where he goes.
He has on a top hat and he has a cane in his hand, like I don't know, he's full of life. He's fine.
Ah, very good. So good. Let's go see what Tommy grew
He's
up to
going down
do.
the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's telling his parents goodbye. He's not leaving. He's just leaving for the day.
Mm-hmm.
He acts like he's going to the circus or something. He's got this wand in his hand. Looks almost like a magician.
Very good. Just go with Tommy and see what else happens. Where does he go now?
Well, he's trying to go to the circus, but I think the circus doesn't want him. But
Why is he going to the circus?
Well-
Because of his size? Or he wants to go watch the circus?
I think he wants to be a part of the circus.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as a kid, he wanted to join the circus, and now that he's old enough to join the circus, that's not what he thought. It doesn't seem like he really wants to be in the circus.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 3 to 1 and let's see what the next scene is. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Let's see the next scene, important scene in the lifetime of Tommy.
He's coming back into the home, and he throws his hat down. He said that didn't work. He's like puzzled. He doesn't know what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking, what does he want to do? He says, I want to study. And he's going back upstairs and gets back in the bed and he wants all his books. He wants to be surrounded by all his books, and he says, this is where I feel comfortable.
Very good. Now, are you in the room with him? Or
Yeah,
you're just seeing him?
yeah. It's like keep going back to
His life, your life?
yeah, our life together. And
Let's look at this though. Are you Tommy? Is this you? Perhaps you're not the caregiver. Perhaps you were Tommy.
I kind of feel like I might have been, possibly.
Yeah, let's see that let's keep on going and see where this goes. All right, so he's in the bedroom studying his books, studying the medical.
So I'm getting in Tommy's body.
Okay, very good.
I'll look from his perspective. I
Yeah,
want to see what he sees.
I'm thinking you may be Tommy.
So when I'm looking out from the bed, I see the woman, the caretaker.
Okay.
And I see the room behind her is real open.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm Tommy, just looking at all these books, and I've got my legs crossed, and I have papers in my hand, and I have pencils, and just writing all this stuff down. I have a pencil in my mouth, a pencil in my hand, and I'm just looking at all this information.
Very good. So let's close this scene and move to another important scene in the lifetime of Tommy. Let's move forward and see where Tommy goes from here. 3, 2, 1. Be there now.
He's a doctor in a hospital. I see a hospital.
Very good. Let's watch that and see what happens. Tell me what happens.
So I'm seeing the scene from this TV show House. It was a young doctor. He looks like a young doctor. And in this TV show, this guy could figure out all these diseases that people had,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting really hot.
You pull your covers off a little bit
And
till you get
so,
comfortable.
Like Tommy's going in the room, and I feel like I don't know how to describe it. It's not that him and Tommy work together, but like he's smart like Tommy, and Tommy's smart like him,
Mm-hmm.
and they just know stuff.
Very good. What year is it for him? First word, first.
For Tommy, what year is it? He says 1995.
All right, very good. Keep going. So let's see what happens next. If you need to pull your covers down a little, you can do that if you're hot.
So Tommy goes up to this doctor's his house, that TV show House,
Yes.
and he's just talking to him, and let me see what he says. So this Dr. House is telling Tommy, you have gifts like me. I'm just watching. I'm just watching these two converse.
Mm-hmm. But we're learning more about him. So let's see what else happens. And what's going on with your ear?
On my neck's hurting. But and I feel like I have something going on through here, sinus maybe or something.
You want a smaller pillow? Is that pillow too tall?
I'm fine.
Okay. So what's going on your ear and your nose? Let's keep going with that and see what happens.
Yeah, like this side of my head's kind of hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So this doctor says that could be our next case study.
What's going on with you? Very good. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and let's let Tommy come in and diagnose and see what's going on.
Okay, so now I'm in the hospital bed, and Tommy's over here on my left, and that other doctor is over here.
Very good.
And it's like he's training him. And so
I want you to be in Tommy's mind, and let's see how Tommy works through this.
Okay, so Tommy is approaching the patient.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I gotta get out of the patient and gotta get into Tommy. So Tommy has a chart in his hand, and he's looking at this woman, and he turns her head to see her head, and it's like he can see into her head, and looks like when he's looking inside of her head, like the outside to everybody else looks fine, but on the inside it looks like her head's kind of caved in on this side, and it looks I don't want to say mangled, but it's dented in, and I hear he said it's a brain eating amoeba that's eating the inside of her head.
Very interesting.
And he's looking with his eyes, he can see into there. It's not on the outside. So yeah. And so the doctor says, oh, that's good. The doctor wants him to describe what he's seeing.
Go ahead and describe it for us.
I think it has to do with some water that she drank. She drank some water, and it had some bacteria in it. And it's causing her brain to erode or erupt or something. There's stuff going on in there. Something's eating away at her. It's like parasite
Mm-hmm.
that's in there.
Very good.
Tommy says he can just take the parasite out.
Let's let Tommy do that. Well, let me ask you before Tommy pulls the parasite, is that also what's going on with your nose being stuffy and your neck?
It's no, I don't think so. But that's what's causing the headache right here.
Very good. So tell me how Tommy begins to take the parasite out.
So it looks like a little black thing, almost like a bug or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it out and he puts it in a petri dish and he puts the lid on it and he hands it to the doctor. And the doctor says, "We'll analyze this."
How did Tommy remove the bug?
He had a pair of tweezers.
Where do you have access to?
I don't know. They just
Let's go back and look how he
well,
removed it.
I see him pulling the tweezers out of his coat pocket.
And then what did he do with them? Let's see what he did with that.
What did he do with the tweezers?
Yeah.
Well, it's like he just reached in through her skin and he plucked it out.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay.
And he says he could have pulled it out of her ear, pulled it out through her ear.
Okay.
And he puts in the petri dish. And he really needs to clean out that infection. So he's taking this little vacuum thing and he's just, I've seen him do this before. He likes to vacuum up stuff. He's just vacuuming up.
Now this is just mentally in his mind's eye doing this to her.
Well, it's like he's doing it. He's just doing it. Like if you reach somebody's hand, like you can reach through the body.
Mm-hmm.
He's just reaching through her body and doing it.
Very good. Uh-huh.
He says this is the way I like to heal people.
Very good.
So it seems like this doctor has called him in because this doctor knew that he could figure out what was wrong with her and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But the doctor has more to say on that. I want to see what he has to say. Well, he's telling you can't just go in and heal people like that in today's world.
Why?
Well, because there's got to be some science behind it. There's got to be some science. He's trying to find out, well, how did you know? He wants him to know, this doctor wants to know the science behind that.
What Tommy just did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you can't, that's not how you normally heal people. And Tommy's like, well, that's how I heal people.
Which works.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So then what happens?
This doctor just wants an explanation. I guess he's going to have to give him one. So, how did you know what was wrong with her, Tommy?
What does Tommy say?
Well, he just used his eyes to penetrate the skin, to find it, and to see it. So the doctor wants to know if there was a medical treatment that could have been done. And Tommy's like, yeah, but this is so much easier, and this is so much quicker, and this is so much faster. You don't have to know all that. So like, yes, this stuff got in her bloodstream. Yes, it was caused from the water that she drank, but this is how you get rid of it. This is how I'm going to heal it. Doctors don't heal this way. This is how I heal.
Mm-hmm. Very good. What does the other doctor finally concede?
Yeah, when you said that, he's like, okay.
So is there anything else that we need to look at on this woman for the healing to
I
continue?
think she's just a patient. She's
Mm-hmm. So was there only one? Once he removed it, then it's done and he's cleaning up the infection and she'll begin to heal? Or how does that work?
Yeah, and now he's wrapping a bandage around her head.
Mhm.
He said this is just for show. Like, so what he's saying is like they're gonna think that this doctor did a surgery on her, but it's really me that went in there and healed it. And that's fine with him. And then we could put a band-aid on it. We can put the bandage around and yeah, it's okay if that's what people want to believe.
Very good. All right, I'm gonna count from 3 to 1. Let's go to another important scene with Tommy. 3, 2, 1. Be there now.
So he leaves that, he's leaving that, and he's going on an elevator. He says he's going to the 5th floor.
Mhm.
So he's going to the 5th floor, and this looks like a children's wing, and because there's little desk, I can tell it's children there. He really likes, he wants to heal some children. And I think it's autistic children.
Let's go see that.
So there's like a nurse that's in there, and there's this little boy in there. Tommy's trying to talk to him. He's little, he's sitting in a chair. It looks like he might. I hear 18 months. He's little, but he can sit in the chair.
Okay.
And you can tell that he's probably got a little autism or something, maybe. And Tommy's just talking to him like he's getting down on his knee or bending down. He's just talking to him. Tommy seems to be a little bit older, wiser. He's telling me I'm wiser, like he's gained some knowledge, I guess. And the little boy, he's just, at the table, entertaining himself. And there's like, I guess she's like a nurse and she's sitting there. I'm gonna get a better view from Tommy's perspective. I'm just watching the scene, but now I'm gonna go into Tommy and see it from his perspective. So I feel like there's like these little beads. There's this little thing apparatus, and it's got these beads, and he's trying to play with these beads, and like maybe it's a counting mechanism or whatever. So what are you gonna do for him, Tommy? He says I need to rewire his brain, and he wants to go in there and rewire his brain.
Tell me what that looks like.
It's like he said like he cuts the top of his head off and he just pushes it aside, and he's looking down in this little boy's brain, and he's got these wires, and he's trying to hook these wires up. Like that's why he's autistic, because the right wires are not hooked to the right place. And he's like lots of light blue in there. I think the blue represents communication, like in the throat. It's reminding me like the 5th chakra being light blue. So it's like, okay, I think maybe this little boy's having trouble with communicating. So it's his communication that's getting rewired.
Then what happens?
Well, he's just doing the rewiring, and he just looks like it's just 2 wires that weren't connected, and he's just connecting those 2 wires. And well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Not just 2 wires. He's talking about conducting electricity through the body. I'm just watching. It's too complicated to describe what he's doing. He's just doing it. But I can feel my own neck going down in my neck, like he's rewiring something on this kid. So it makes me feel like it's like the wiring has to do with going down into his neck.
Into his throat chakra?
And so now this little boy, so like one time we did that, it's like he just kind of came to life and he's real expressive now. Like he's just real expressive. Like he can really express. He's like, and he's moving his mouth around, little boy is. And it's like he can talk better now.
Very good.
So Tommy says, I'm finished here. And he puts his head back on and he sews his top half of his head back on. And he's shaking the little boy's hand. And the nurse tells him thank you. And they act like it's just no big deal. It's just Tommy comes in to take care of this.
So Tracy, ask Tommy if he can help you work, if he can do it, help you with you right side of your neck. Ask him if he do a healing on you.
Since he did that, like my neck feels a whole lot better. Like my neck is fine. It's not hurting at all anymore.
Very good. And your stiffness in your legs, is that better?
Yes.
And how about the energy in your arms? Ask Tommy if he can look at it.
Okay, he's going to look at my arms. He's looking at my left arm. And he's holding it out and he's doing like that to it. Why are you doing that? And he's like doing like this with my arm. It's like he's just trying to get some circulation back in my arm.
Let him keep doing that till you can tell me you feel the difference.
Why are you doing that? I feel like my hand's starting to twitch and tremble a little bit. Like I can feel movement in my hand. He says he's just bringing it back to life. How did it get like that? He's just saying I have too many doubts, but I don't have doubts. I can really feel my hands starting to tingle right here, twitching. So it's like he's reconnecting some energy. He says they're meridians. He's connecting it, and it's like he's putting my hand back on and connecting from here to here. And he's just kind of sewing that back up right there. And so when we do healings, sometimes he shows me his hand is big and white. And he's like, now your hand is big and white like mine. Like it's a way to connect our energy, I guess.
Ask Tommy, is he a fractal of you?
He says yes.
So you are Tommy. Very good.
I don't really want to be Tommy because
Tommy's a version of who you are. You have this healing power. When you ask Tommy, it's coming through. Ask Tommy, is that accurate?
He says most definitely.
So ask him in your healing sessions if you can keep asking him to come forward, or y'all going to be healing in this lifetime together.
He says yes, and I tell him I don't want him to go. I want him to be here with me. I love having him here.
But you're always going to be there with him because that's a part of who you are. You aren't the caregiver of Tommy. You are Tommy, but he's a fractal of you, so you can always use him the same way you're using him. Ask him that.
He said yes. I don't have to go anywhere.
So ask him what else he needs to tell you while you're having this conversation.
I have all the answers and I know more than I think I know.
Ask him how you can clear this doubt away.
How can I clear this doubt? So like a lot of times I ask him for a green light or a red light. And I see the green light and the red light. And I'm going to clear the doubt. he says, when you're believing me, you're also believing you. Okay.
Very good.
It's like we're smart together.
Okay. Ask Tommy, did he get this ability? Did you get this ability from just being on Earth, or did you get this ability from somewhere else, from another lifetime?
He said, you've always had it. And Tommy talks with an accent. So, and one time he told me he was from South Africa.
Ask him where he's from. Is that true?
I feel like he's from South Africa because he has his accent. That's how I can tell it's him.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And I like his accent because I feel like he knows more than me.
Okay. So Tommy, ask Tommy, is it necessary for you to have the understanding that that is you?
Say that again.
Ask Tommy, is it necessary for you to have the understanding that that is you?
He said, well, so what he's trying to tell me is I think I need him. But what I don't realize is that is part of me that really knows that information. But I feel like I have to get the information from him, like he knows more than me, but he's trying to tell me he doesn't know any more than me, that I am him. But I just like having him around. And he's like, well, I can work with you. You can view it that way. But you need to know that you know just as much as I know.
Ask him, as you do this more often, will you get more comfortable at your own knowing?
I'm saying yes, I'm going to get more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better knowing that he's not going to leave me. I feel
Very,
better knowing he's not going to leave me.
very good. Very good. So ask Tommy, did he learn this from another lifetime? Was he on another place in another time?
He just keeps telling me he learned it from all the books, reading all the books. He says we need to do some purple healing light. It's like he's telling me to keep holding that purple light.
Very good.
So let's just hold the purple light there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So Tommy's telling me like my hand wants to tremble. I didn't realize the healing power that I actually have on my hand. And he's telling me to put my hand like right there.
So you do move energy through your hands.
Yeah, it's like I can feel.
Can you feel it running? Very good.
It's like we're doing it together.
Yes.
His hand is on top of mine. So we're just holding this white light.
Anything else that you need to ask Tommy? Tracy, while you have Tommy here.
Tommy's just telling me he loves working with me. He loves studying. What about the heart? Are we going to study the heart and really specialize in the heart? And he's like, well, if that's what you really want, I can do that. Yeah, I want to help people heal their heart. And Tommy's saying on an emotional level. And I said, well, yeah, but on a physical level too. Like, I really want to work with some doctors and help them. I want to help the doctors, and it's like you help them together, like the physical and the emotional. Like the doctor might have to do the surgery, but me and Tommy could work on their emotional health. Well, it's like you need to explain to the doctor. I'm getting dizzy. It's like too much information.
Okay.
That's just too much information.
Okay. Well, ask him, can that come in time that you would like to get more information about it? You can write about it if you'd like to write about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like the doctors, it's like me explaining to the doctors. So these doctors are gonna, like, I can explain to them how it works, and the doctors can have them come to me so that I can help them with their emotional wounds, and the doctors can help them with their emotional wounds, and they might not have to have surgery. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out.
Very good. Very good. A lot of the heart injury is emotions. Very good. All right. So Tommy's going to be here when you need him, right? Very good. Okay, so what I would like to do now is close that scene, Tracy. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I would like for you to go see Miriam. I would like you to go to the past life when you were Miriam. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. Let's go see Miriam and just see if there's anything that you need to know from Miriam. 3, 2, 1. Be there now.
Okay. So she's getting off this horse that it's a carriage that brought her to these people's house. And she's got her bag, I've got my bag, and we're going inside the house and go up the stairs and looking up the stairs, and I go to the sick woman, and it's all of her people, her family. And I'm going into this woman, and I think I just need to clear it up. I need to tell these people that the woman really wanted to die. So I go in there, and it's like, that's not the part. Like, I see me coming out of the room, and I have to tell everybody that she's passed. And I have to stand up to these people and tell them this is part of what I do. This is why I do this work. It's to help her pass over. I'm telling this to her family. I had to help her pass over because that's what she wanted, even though I know that you wanted to keep her here with you physically, but it was her time to go. She has served her time here in your presence, and it was just time for her to go. And what you can do is you can carry her memories in your heart, keep her memories alive in your heart, and that way she's never really completely gone from you. So there's no reason to be mad at me and upset with me. I just carried out her wishes.
Ask them, can they understand
Do you
that?
understand this? Well, now that you've explained it that way, it does make better sense.
Can y'all forgive me with the anger that you have?
Yes, I can. We understand. They want me to sit down and have tea.
Very good. So we've cleared that out.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good. Anything else you need to know as Miriam?
So Miriam, how can you help me? How can you help me? She's telling me that she really likes to help people cross over because it's a gentle process. I thought you were helping me with their emotions. And she's like, well, yeah, but getting this pain in my stomach.
Ask Miriam what that pain is in your stomach.
She's like, oh, okay. So, like, I would get gas sometimes. And I got gas yesterday. And she's like, that gas is what I was holding on to. I think that gas, no, I think that's another lifetime. Holding on to that gas. It's like these lifetimes wanting to get mixed up.
Let's go back to Miriam.
Okay.
Ask Miriam, is there anything else that you need to know? Ask Miriam, is she a fractal of you?
Yes, she's definitely a fractal of me. She's a big part of me.
Very good.
She's a big, huge part of me.
Does she help you in your healing, your emotional healing?
Yes.
She helps you help people cross over.
Yeah, and she likes to help people cross over, but she's also the one that helps with the words. So like I ask her about the emotions and I have to write it down. And she's like, yes, that's all me. That's all me. That's what I help you do. I help you to help them with their emotions, figuring it out, what they could do different. She keeps pointing like to the stomach area because that's where the emotions are. That's like in the second chakra.
And so,
So she's like, when you're feeling the emotions in the second chakra, that's when you can refer to me. Okay, so I understand now that when I start feeling these emotions or I sense that people have stuff going on in their second chakra, that's their emotions. Okay, I made the connection now. Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you need to see about Miriam's gifts?
No. I know exactly what she's gonna help me do.
Very good. How about the mediumship that you do? Is that just because you're so open you can hear that? Does Miriam have anything to do with that? And she's in emotions.
I don't think it's so much mediumship with her as it is that other
crossing over. Okay.
Yeah, processing stuff. The mediumship comes from, they're telling me this mediumship comes from whenever I was when I would have that gas, and that's why I have gas in my stomach, was because I used to breathe in that gas, and it's like that gas must be trapped in my stomach.
Let's go and see that. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Let's be in that place.
Okay. So, this woman that, yeah, so like I would breathe in this gas and it would go to my head, but it came from the ground. And I would stand on top of this part of the ground and that gas would come up through my body. And I guess that's how I connected. Because that's what I'm seeing. Like it went from the ground and it's this big silver thing and it just went all the way through me. And then it went up to the top of my head. And I guess that's how the information came in.
So is this, you're talking about, so you've been talking about wanting your higher consciousness. Is this where your higher consciousness came from?
Well, now I'm in my body and I see that, and it looks like an old tin can. I think I need to take that old tin off of there.
Where are you seeing an old tin can?
So, like, it's like a conduit that runs from the ground and it goes all the way through my body when I was this other person. And that's where the gas came through and it went all the way up. But it's like it's old. It's like that's an old way of doing it. We don't do it like that anymore. You don't have to do it like that anymore. So you need, like, you don't use gas anymore. And so this was the gas chamber thing that to get to that higher consciousness.
And you don't need it anymore.
I don't need that anymore. So I think if I take that off, if I take that old tin looking stuff because it's rusty and it's old, I just don't need that anymore.
Should we call Tommy in to help you take that off?
He just said he can help me take that off.
Let's let Tommy take that off for you and clear that gas out of your stomach.
Okay, so he's pulling it like all the way out of he's pulling it from, he's up here and he's pulling it out, but I see the end of it and it's coming from the ground, but it has to go through the rest of my body. And he's pulling it all the way out. And Jesus says, I'm going to help him. I'm going to give him a hand with this. And they're pulling it out. And as they're pulling it out, it's like there's white light coming through me, like the conduit is not rusted anymore and old. It's bright new light and it's white and it's yellow. And it's so like as they're removing that, this is coming in through me. And it's gone. They've taken it away.
Very good. Is this the higher consciousness you're seeking now?
I think so.
Ask Jesus.
Yeah, he said, yes, this is your connection to all that is.
Very good.
And like it's connecting and he's just on the side watching it. It's like this, like kind of like a cylinder, but it's not. Yeah, it's just connection to the higher consciousness, and then I'm down looking at it, and it's coming up to me now. Like I'm up here, I'm not in my body, and the consciousness is connecting to the source.
Very good. So through this connecting to source, this also lets you know that are you connected to your higher self? You were concerned that you weren't there.
Well, I'm like, is that God? And they're like, yes, that's God. And they're like, it's through you. It's not on the outside of you. It's through you. Okay.
Ask them to explain. You wanted some clarity on the relationships of how your guides work. You were wondering about your other guide, what's her name,
Gerda.
Gerda, and you were just asking about your guides and your connection to your higher self and your connection to source. Ask Jesus to just give you a nice explanation so you can get the clarity that you're seeking to find out this guide connection.
So how does all this work? I'm not 100% sure how this works. So I'm out of body and I'm looking, and so this must be the higher me.
Okay.
Is this the higher me? Yes. And like the higher me and God is like almost connected, or kind of like connected.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Jesus. Like, are you part of the God source? Yes, I am, but you are too. And like, so now the guides are down here. So like when I'm up here, it's me and God, but when down here is the guides. So when I'm in my body, it's like I look up to the guides, but I can go past them and go straight to the source now. But they are here to guide you. What are they going to guide me with if I can go straight to the source? Well, you need to explain that. I'm not getting that. Can you explain that a little bit better? So we all reside in different layers of emanation, maybe? Is that what you're trying to say? So we all reside on different levels of emanation.
Say it a little bit louder so we can hear it well.
It's like we all reside on a different, Jesus says we all reside on a different layer of emanation. And so the higher consciousness you go is your God source.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the guides doing for me? Well, they do help navigate. Oh, they're help you navigate as a human.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're helping me navigate as a human, not as a spirit. But it's like my higher self helps me to navigate as spirit. I don't need the guides. That's why you don't need the guides when you are no longer in the body, because you don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
But as a human, you need the guides because you have to be grounded and you have to be here. And you have questions, and they can help answer those questions.
You're not always in that high level of vibration that you are with your God
like
source.
You can't always be in the source. So it's like the source goes to them and they come to you to help you.
So ask them who your guides are in your field. You know that you have, well, ask them, let him give you the answers. Who your guides are in your field.
So like I have some family over here. My grandmother, I see her. There's somebody over here. I see Melchizedek. Called him grandfather. I wish he would come to me more often. Melchizedek, grandfather.
Take a moment, look at Melchizedek, and ask him, can you come to me more? Ask him what you need.
Can you come to me more often and guide me? Guide me with wisdom and knowledge, and He's bowing his head and he says, yes. You can always reach me. You've always been able to reach me.
Why are you feeling the disconnect, Tracy?
I feel the disconnect. Just, I don't know. Disconnect. Because there's just so many of y'all, and it's like I can't connect. How do I connect with all of y'all all the time? There's just so much.
Okay, well, let's keep going. So you have Melchizedek. Who else? What does Melchizedek do for you?
He just gives me a lot of wisdom.
Very good.
And we say in sacred geometry, and I don't know about sacred geometry, and I don't understand about sacred geometry.
Ask him, will you know more about sacred geometry, or do you have to literally know about sacred geometry?
He's like, we can do that later. You don't have to know all of that right now. When the time is right, that will come to you. Okay, fine. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just showing me the symbol that he first showed me, which
do you understand the symbol?
Yeah, it's his thing. It's his symbol that he wears.
Mm-hmm.
That's just part of him. I see it on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a symbol like that now. And he's just saying, when you want to connect with me, use that symbol to connect with me. Like, and I used to do that, and I haven't done that in a long time. He said, that's just your way of connecting. And he's telling me I can go to the cards, my card deck. Yes, he's in my card deck, and I can connect with him that way in my card deck. Okay, I'm good.
Very good. Your other guides in your field. Who else?
So there's Jennifer. Just so much light. I don't see them as clearly. I see her, and I see her more as spirit, more than as human. So are you gonna continue to help me? She said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. But as long as you want me here, I will be here.
And you asked about Gerda. Ask her if she's going to continue helping
Are
you.
you still there? She has an accent. Of course I'm still here. Of course I'm still here. How are you going to guide me through this? Just general stuff. General stuff. Just general everyday stuff.
Okay,
That's
good.
good. And then there's Tommy. He's just waving with Claire.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Jesus. And it's my understanding. I want to channel you, Jesus, and I want to give messages about you. And I want to have a sit down conversation with you about your life and your lifetime, because I keep telling him I want this real story. I want to know the truth about him. I think there's more to his life.
Ask Jesus, will he channel that information to you?
Will you channel that information?
Or will he give it to you so you can write it down?
Hang on. Are you going to give me that information? I will give it to you for your personal use. There's been many stories that have been told about me, but I will give you all the details that you want to know. But the details are no different than what's already been told. It's just telling another story. But as far as the channel messages, we can do different. You don't need my story to be the story that you tell. It's the message. So what's the purpose of the book? Why did you have me write the book? Book is so people could have a relationship with me, just like you have a relationship with me. So who needs the book? Everybody needs the book, okay? Yeah, but is there more to tell? Well, I need more. You're not giving me enough information.
So ask Jesus what the other books are going to, or you ask him, are you going to definitely be writing some more books?
He said you can if you want to. I will channel messages for you if that's what you want. Well, I don't know how to help people. He says we can get into that later. Okay.
Tell him you want to go to strictly just doing this full time, but that you're nervous. Will that happen for you? For you just to convert straight into healing? And tell him you need some guidance on how to do that.
So he's taking me by the hand, and we lock arms, and he's like, well, we can talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So will I give up doing hair? He said that was all in preparation for this moment in time. So yes, you can give that up, but you have to be willing to give it up. You're holding on to it because you don't believe that you can do this all the time, full time. But I will never leave you. I will help you.
Ask him, will he bring the people to you? Can you just set your intention for the people to come?
So he's showing me how I've already written that down, and it's by my bed, and at nighttime I would read it, and I would say, Jesus, send the people to me. And he said, I have sent the people to you, and I will send more and more and more.
So ask him, do you have to concentrate really hard on trying to market yourself?
How hard do I have to market myself? He says, put yourself out there, and the people will send the people to you. Kind of like it did in my hair business. Word of mouth is your best way.
Yeah, just give
Do
it
I
a
have
moment.
to do social media? He said that's for entertainment. It's for entertainment. So no, you don't have to do that. But there's a part of you that wants to do that. But don't be so rigid about it. Okay. So am I going to have a healing business? Yes, we're going to have a healing business.
Ask him, is it going to provide enough finances for you to be comfortable?
He says you can travel all over the world if you want to, or you can stay in one place. Like I could stay at the lake, or I could stay here. I could do both places. I could travel. What's in my best interest? He says whatever doesn't wear you out. So like maybe travel a little bit, but not a lot.
So let's talk to Jesus about your fear of coming out, that you're nervous to step into your power.
I've tried to have this conversation with him before, but
To just ask him right now, can you help me understand where my fear is coming from? Because maybe you and I need to clear it.
he said it's the fear of the unknown, the unpredictability. Fear of the unknown, unpredictability.
Ask him, how can you settle your heart
How can I settle that?
and release that fear?
It's this fear of the heart. You just need to know that you will never be forsaken, that you will never be condemned for what you do, by the higher powers of powers that be. In the higher realms, you will never be condemned for this work. They will see to it that you're not condemned for this work. You will be protected.
Is there any fear that we need to clear out of your body or around your energy field?
Is there something in my energy field? He's saying, stand back, let me take a look at you. And look, I'm trying to see what he's seeing. And he says, your chakras are all in balance. Now he's looking at my energy field. My energy field looks good. He's turning me around and says, look at the backside. And there's some denser energy in my back. What is that from? Where did that come from? He says that was part of the gas. And he's just clearing it out. And now it's gone. Just that quick. It was gone. It went really quick. And it's like it's silver. And he's like, now this is made, I made a way for your Kundalini come through with no problem. So am I clear? Did I clear it? He says you're a fine specimen. Yes, it means I'm clear.
Very good.
So kisses my heart. And he hugs me. Lots of white. Oh my God.
Fill you up. Just sit and enjoy it.
Very powerful. It says you have that same power. It all comes from your heart. Yes, he's telling me I have that same power and it's coming from my heart. It comes from your heart. When you hug someone, hug with your heart. When you love someone, love from your heart. He says that's a channeled message. Okay.
Here's your channel message. I love it.
He says, so he pulls me back and he says, I'm not going anywhere. We've been on this road. We've traveled this road. So we're at the crossroads. And he says, we've traveled this road before. We're together. It's okay. I'm here with you.
Very good. Have you had more lives with Jesus than the young boy? The vision that you had with as the young boy with Jesus?
I don't know, but I just
Not that important. No, you're just with
it's
him
not
right now.
important. And the little boy's not important anymore. I feel
Very good. Your connection.
yes, I feel the connection.
Very good.
So were we friends? What was the deal? Yes, we were friends in another lifetime. And he showed me the little boy. He said you were just too young to come out on the road with me. All is well now. You understand so much more now. You understand our connection. He showed me the book. He's got my book in his hand. Most people will understand when they read the book.
Very good. Ask him if you're doing a good enough job of clearing your energy after you do sessions.
Am I clearing my energy? Am I doing a good enough job clearing my energy? So he wants to sit down, and I'm sitting on a rock, and he says you can picture your energy going into this rock, and like Mother Earth will take it from the rock. Picture yourself sitting on this rock. So that part of being grounded, get grounded. Now, like you're sitting on the rock when you're finished and you're just dumping it all out. Okay. What about all those other energies? He's just kind of shoving them back. He said, they don't really bother you. But if you feel like they do, you call upon me. But there's no dark energies around you. There's no dark energies to worry about. But he's like, when you're vibrating this high, there's no dark energies. That's lower vibration.
They can't stay.
They can't take the light.
Very good.
So what about this coat of armor that I keep putting on? Do I need to keep the coat of armor? He said, if that makes you feel safe, then you wear your coat of armor. But as long as you're vibrating in a high vibration state, it's okay. So when I'm doing the readings, I need to wear the coat. Yes, wear the coat of armor. No, it'll deflect anything. Okay.
Very good. Ask him what the significance is when you were the woman in the cave with the books and you'd give the messages to the kids and the man. Ask him what that is. What does that play in your life right now?
That was then, this is now. The books is a form of security for you. You feel like all the information is in the books. And back then the information was in the books and you had to look it up, but now the information is within. So you don't need all this book work that you think you need. You can access it from within. So I know you like your books. He's telling me, I know you like your books and they're good for you to read, but don't use them as a crutch. You don't have to have all those books in order to read. It's all within. So that's the way it was then. This is the way it is now. You didn't feel like you had your power back then. And now you have your power. Now you know your power's within. And that man, you were giving away your power to that man, and he was controlling what you did and when you did it. But no longer. It's just not needed anymore.
Did you have to clear anything from that lifetime with that man? Asking.
Do I need to clear anything with that man? No, you've already cleared that up.
Very good.
But I see the Jewish man now. He's the Jewish man with money. And what's my problem with this Jewish man and money? I was a Jewish man and I harbored the money. I didn't freely give money. So is that like a karmic debt? That Jewish man. Yes, I need to clear that up. So I was this Jewish man, and this Jewish man was stingy with his money.
Let's go back. We're going to go look at that lifetime. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and let's go look at that lifetime. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. So tell me, you're the Jewish man. Let's see what's going on.
And it feels like I was other Jewish people too, but like they weren't. I was just a stingy Jewish man. And no, you can't have that. And I didn't share. I didn't give my. I had money, and I could have shared more, but I didn't. And now I want to share more. So why didn't I share? He was afraid that there would not be enough for you. You lived in fear of lack. I don't want to live in fear of lack anymore. So this Jewish man wants to give me his money. And I feel the energy in my hand. So he's putting all this money in my hand. He's like, here. What do you want me to do with this money? Give it to people. Be generous. Be generous with your money. But am I going to have enough? I feel like if I want to keep the money, I don't need to keep the money. I don't know what I do. No, I'm giving you the money back. You go get money back. I don't want your money. He says, okay, fine, put it in my pocket. What's the deal?
Here's what we need to look at, though. Let's look at this Jewish man who's not given money. What we need to do is go look and see what's going on with his fear. Okay, so I want you to become the Jewish man. 3, 2, 1. I want you to be the Jewish man who's not giving the money away, who's not sharing the money. And why is he coming from lack? Let's go and see where his lack came from.
Because he had to work so hard for it. Because he didn't have any money.
When
his family didn't have any money.
There it is. So when he was growing up, he was scared that he wouldn't. Very good. Now I want you to go look at that Jewish man. What is the Jewish man doing now? What's his life look like?
He's selling things for money.
He's selling things to get money?
Yeah, that's how he makes his money, by selling things.
Okay.
I think it's jewelry.
All right. I want you to go look at him and say, we're not living in lack anymore.
We're not living in lack anymore.
We're not living in fear.
We're not living in fear.
Tell him lack is fear.
Lack is fear.
Tell him I'm going to love you.
I'm gonna love you,
and you're going to be safe,
and you're gonna be safe,
and you don't have to live in lack.
and you don't have to live in lack. He wants to give a piece of jewelry away to this lady.
Let him do it.
So
Tell him what you do to
Because
others, you do to
he's-
yourself.
what you do to others, you do to yourself.
So as you give things away,
As you give things away,
you will create more abundance for
you will
yourself.
create more abundance for yourself. She takes it, and he's so happy to put it in her hands, and then it's in her hands, and he puts his hands on top of her hands, and he's, I want you to have this. I want you to have this. It's a turquoise thing that he made.
Very good. And look at him and say, if you do that more,
If you do that more,
you will have more peace,
you will have more peace,
and you will have more abundance.
and you will have more abundance.
Ask him, do you understand that?
He says yes, and he's thanking me, he's bowing his head. He's telling me, thank you for helping me with this.
Very good.
And he's like, oh,
Very good. Very good. And now we've cleared that up for you. Is there
he waves
anything?
bye to me.
Is there anything else you need to talk about? You want to look at? I think we've covered most of what you asked.
I'm fine.
Very good. I would like to ask a favor. I would like to ask if Tommy and or Jesus can scan my body and just see if there's anything they can help with opening up my Kundalini.
On you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, where do you want her to stand? Well, can you, yes, they can help you.
Okay.
So, you need to stand at the end of the bed here.
Mm-hmm. And any other blockages you see? My chest, my lungs, my...
So he wants to, Jesus wants to start at the top.
Okay.
Jesus is over here and Tommy is over here. And Tommy says, just relax your arms. And Jesus, okay, this, so your crown, so you got a really high connection. The light, does it come all the way through to her? Yes. So let's look at her, look at her sixth chakra. There may be a little clean in the back of your sixth chakra. What do you think, Tommy? Tommy's like, yes. So he's going to run gold energy from the front of your sixth chakra out, like there's some dark energy in the back of your sixth chakra. He's just going to run it, the gold energy, all the way through the sixth chakra to the back. It's just spinning out. Okay. He said, ask her if she can see a little clearer. The window, he's talking about your window of perception. And he's done this before on other people. So he wants to clean your window. Tommy's cleaning your window of perception. And he's like, the middle of it is clean and clear, but the edges, he's going around the edges and cleaning the edges of your window of perception. Much cleaner, much clearer. He says that should help you to see much more clearly. What else does she need to know? Do you have a question?
Yeah, if you could check out my lungs.
Okay, let's go to your lungs. What do you think, Jesus? Did you used to smoke?
Younger years. Not for a real long time, but they really are feeling compromised.
What's going on with your lungs? Let's behind you. What's going on? Feels like maybe the life is being choked out of you. It's a past life, there's just a current thing. Tommy says it doesn't matter. He's putting some air in your lungs. Is this a problem with your lungs? Feels like it might be some kind of pulmonary going on.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
So he has this thing attached to the bottom of your right lung. And it's like he's pumping air into your lungs. And there's a little bit of dark energy there. He's going to take that out. He's going to blow up your lungs first. And then he wants to take the air, he wants to take that energy. So it's like the frontal lobe. Feels like it has to do with this. Is there something? What is it? But somebody's just they're in your lungs. It's deflating you. Somebody deflated you.
She doesn't like what I do now.
So what can she do, Tommy? So he says for you to keep filling your own lungs with bright white light. And that will keep her. So he's taking this dark energy, and it's like he's got a syringe and he's pulling this dark energy out. It's gone. And he's like, this is a and like it's a white syringe and it's the dark energy, and he does this, he's putting it in his pocket, and he says he's patting it, and I'm going to take good care of that. And he's filling your lungs up with bright blue light, but he says when you do it, you should fill it up with bright white light. So he's giving you a healing. And he said, just breathe in, take a deep breath in. And every time you breathe in new life into your lungs, breathe in new life into your lungs. So so Miriam wants to tell you what you can do with when she says something negative, just tell her you love her. And that'll stop her. And eventually she'll just quit talking. She'll quit.
She's not saying it so much. She's just moving away from me. I can feel her moving away.
Well, she was definitely in your lungs. And I just see your lungs filled with gold light now. And they're saying that gold is for neutral. Just be neutral. What about her moving away? She's only going to go so far. She won't go that far from you. She's just putting distance, but she won't go that far from you. It's almost like she needs you. And she'll find her place with this. She'll find her place. But her place is not in your lungs. Her place is next to you. So now she's sitting next to you. And she will eventually support you in her own way, in her own time. And they're just saying little by little. Don't let that bother you. So what else?
Anything else as you scan my body?
Okay, let's go. So I see lots of kindness in your heart. I see lots of love in your heart. I see but I see a rose quartz that looks like it's in a heart shape right there by your heart. What about the rest of her body? Okay, I'm going to your intestines. So I'll clear her intestines. I see a little darker energy. Hmm. Tell me, what is that? Just sort of get the show on the road. It feels like it's more like in your solar plexus, stomach area, like tension maybe, but it's showing up as darker energy to get the show on the road. Feel like you're just procrastinating, you're holding back.
From what?
I don't know, doing something that you want to do. I feel like it has to do with your work. Like, just get the show on the road. There's something she needs to do here. One day at a time. You know, we're just gonna flush that energy out. Just flush that energy out. It just feels like procrastination.
I'm good at that. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's been a thread in my life, mainly my paperwork.
Okay. We're checking your back. What's going on her spine? Her kundalini. So the top of your shoulders look kind of red, but that doesn't look like a bad red. Yeah, kundalini. Feel like a tickling going up your back.
I do now, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with your kundalini. They just said you have to uncoil it and put it to use.
I don't totally understand that.
So, on her back, anything going on her spine? No, your colors in your back look really good. I don't feel like you have anything physical going on.
Just in my lungs, really. Sinuses.
What's going on with her sinuses?
You might have cleared it when you cleared my sixth chakra.
Yeah, I just see air coming in your nose and going up through. Doesn't it looks white through there.
It feels like it got cleared when you cleared my chakra.
What about her legs? Going down your legs. Looks like you got good energy going down your legs. I don't see anything.
I have a blockage in my thigh, in my calf, on my left leg, on the inside. It's a blood vessel that's blocked.
Tom wants to get the fire hose out.
Bring it on, boo.
He wants to start at the top of your hip, your left hip. He's like hooking a hose up, and he's running energy through all the blood vessels.
I can feel it going down my
capillaries, and it's congregating at your knee. Is that your knee? So this blockage is going towards the left. He's just going to clear it out. What caused that? Oh, did you do something with standing?
What?
Standing?
I did a square. I think a girl messed it up when she did blood vessels. You know, you do sclerotherapy. I think she injected something in there wrong.
Tell me, just let me see. Let me see.
I think she went for a bigger vessel than she should have and messed it up.
He says he's going to reroute that. He's putting pressure. And he's just closing up another vessel and kind of cleaning that out. I see what looks like white blood cells going through there. And it's going down to your ankle. I can feel it in my own ankle.
I can feel my blood running differently.
He's just kind of rerouting it. He says, don't worry about it. The appearance might not change on the outside, but it's the blood flow is going to it now. Blood is flowing to it. So it's going all the way down to your toes. That same blood vessel, he's telling me, goes all the way down into your toes. And even goes off to your big toe and it's branching off to your little toes. Wiggle your toes.
Okay.
He says she should be fine now.
Listen.
So you look fine. They want to cover you in white light from the top of your head. And you have angel wings. They it's like you're wearing a suit and it's got these angel wings on it. The suit is gold and you have these angel wings. And they look really good. Look beautiful. Is there anything else?
Under my eyes, just the hollowness under my eyes. Is there anything to do with that? It's just mostly appearance, I guess.
What is that about? What is that in her eyes? It's old baggage.
They're definitely showing up in the form of bags.
Is there a cream that she needs to? Is there a cream that she needs to put underneath her eyes?
Or can he clear it?
So he can clear it. Seeing your right eye. What is that about? I want to know what that's about. Well, he's just saying you couldn't see a situation real clear. It has to do with the male. It's like you might even read about your husband that passed away. Was there a situation that you didn't see? It's just a little line, not a lot. He says, did you cry about it? Did you need to cry about it?
I shed a lot of tears about that situation.
He's just like, they just tell that's just a remnant, a reminder. So we need it to go away. So he's going to open at one end. He's going to pull that little line out. It's like, it's not very much. It doesn't look hollow underneath your eyes, but add some light under there though. What does she need to know about that? He's just adding some white light underneath your eye, on the right, on the left, filling it in. Again. So he's getting his prescription pad out. What does she need to know? You can control what you see about yourself and about other people. Like take nothing for granted. It's not hollow under there. It may appear that way to you, but it's not.
Okay. And then one more thing, I'm trying to wear contacts now. Am I allergic to the solution or will I be able to wear them?
Let's go with your contacts. Does she need a new solution?
Well, the contacts, it's a new type of contact.
Is it like that three-way contacts?
multifocal.
Yeah, it might interfere with your clairvoyance. Should she not wear these contacts? They're just saying that if you can wear them, but you may have to do some adjusting.
In my work, in my spiritual work.
Well, it's like a mental thing.
I had trouble with them before. I'm trying again.
They're just saying focus on what you want. If you want to wear these, then put your focus on that. And they're saying to talk to your eye. Talk to your eye and tell your eye that you need it to cooperate. That you want to try this one more time. And send your eye some love. Tell your eye how much you appreciate, or you can both of your eyes, how much you appreciate them. You appreciate what they do for you, and that you love them, and that you really want to wear these contacts, and you're asking them to embrace these new contacts. Embrace them with love. So they're telling you to talk to your body parts. Send love to your body parts, any body part that doesn't feel comfortable or good. So they're saying start with your eye, appreciate your eyes, send your eyes appreciation and love, and they will in turn work better for you. So I don't think it was the contacts. I think you needed to appreciate your eyes and they will adjust to the contacts. I think you can try it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then one more thing, is there anything else I need to be doing in my practice that I'm not doing?
She needs to be doing. They're saying like what?
I don't know, maybe in my sessions.
How can she better serve her clients in her sessions? You should be happy with where you are because you come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
As you grow, you will gain more knowledge and incorporate things that you may need to change or adjust to or adopt. But at this moment, you're doing everything that you need to do. But they're saying like whenever you are with a client and you see a need, it's like going to come to you. There's an idea that's going to come to you, and you'll say, "Oh, I can start doing that," and it'll come to you that you can help other people. That you'll get some ideas. So just be open to the ideas that come to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you get an idea to do something, then try it.
Okay.
Like they're saying, like, so I see this lady. You're doing a reading on this lady, and you're going to get an idea to try with her, and it's going to work. And they're going to say, like, you can incorporate that in. But yeah, as you grow in your business, you're going to grow in your practice and do more things.
Okay. Awesome. So Tracy, are you ready to come back? Are you complete?
Yes.
10, opening your eyes and coming back into the room.
Wow. Oh boy.
How was that?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little later.
You ought to lay there a minute. You are so connected. Wow.
I don't feel tired. I don't feel drained. I just feel mellow.
Your gift is powerful.
Really?
Your ability to see. Oh yeah, your healing. That's big.
Yeah.
That's a huge. I mean, that is next level big.
So now I have this wonder. I am Tommy.
See,
So I was told that. Christy told me that.
the deal is this. He is a fractal of who you are.
Right.
And so you are Tommy. You aren't Tommy's caregiver. You are Tommy. And you also are Miranda?
Miriam.
Miriam, I'm sorry. Miriam.
Miriam.
You are her as well.
I knew I was her. I knew
I
that.
got chills all the way up. I mean,
But I didn't know I was Tommy.
See, as the veils are thinning now, when we talk multidimensional ascension, it is that you are going to be able to take your gifts from all these fractals of yourself and bring them into this presence. So you're going to get to know all the different versions of who you are, and they're going to come in here, and you're going to use all those gifts here.
So, like, I don't have to call on Tommy.
Mm-mm. You are Tommy.
Okay.
But if it makes you feel good, he said, you just say, "Come on, Tommy, we got it." I mean, if you want to,
Yeah.
say it until
Well,
you
that
feel like you
explains-
don't need to.
Okay, so that explains why sometimes I don't see him there. It's like, where's this coming from? But I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I don't see him or feel him, it's like, okay, I know he was there a minute ago, but then it's like I go into me. Wow.
Your healing is powerful.
I could feel my arm.
You can move energy through your hands. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be. I mean, I know.
Well, you know what though? Tommy had to go in and move it for you. He
Yeah.
moved it for you.
And I did some work the other day when I got that thing out of my arm, and I was able, and my arm was trembling, like the energy was coming back into my arm.
Mm-hmm. And now you'll be able to move it. It comes from here out, or it can come from here out. You'll be
Wow.
able to move your energy, and you'll be able to pull energy if you need to.
Pull energy out of people.
Mm-hmm. Dense energy, you can pull it out, and then you release it, and you can pull energy through it.
Wow.
You'll have both of those, but you almost don't need it because you're doing it all visually and mentally.
Yeah.
You don't have to lay hands on and move
Right.
energy at all.
Right.
You're already doing it with your mind.
Right. So I like doing it. It's very comfortable for me to do it with my mind.
Yeah, you don't need to do it.
Like somebody can sit in a chair and I can just close my eyes and I can do
absolutely.
it. I don't feel the need to touch them.